so weird, so vivid, you can't even find the words to describe it. Well, today, we're diving headfirst into a world where that kind of surreal stuff isn't just for sleeping. It's actually being built right in front of our eyes, one line of code at a time. Take this phrase, for instance, a running avocado in the style of Magritte. Now, that sounds like something you jot down in a dream journal, right? But it's not. That was an actual command, a real instruction given to an artificial intelligence. And you know what? The AI went and created an image that looked exactly like that. So that really makes you stop and think, what are we actually looking at here? I mean, sure, it's a quirky picture, but it also makes you ask a much bigger question. Is this just a new kind of weird form of art? Or is it a signpost pointing to something else entirely, something new and transformative? The magic behind that running avocado is a technology called a generative adversarial network, or GAN for short. And it's such a clever idea. It's a type of AI where you basically have two computer brains, two neural networks that are pitted against each other to learn and create. Okay, the easiest way to get your head around this is to think of it like a high-stakes game of forger versus detective. You have one AI, the generator, and its whole job is to create fakes, images, text, whatever. Then you have the other AI, the discriminator, whose only job is to get really good at spotting those fakes. And they just go back and forth, competing, each one making the other smarter, until the generator gets so good that its forgeries are basically perfect, indistinguishable from the real thing. And here's the thing. This tech isn't just for making surreal paintings of avocados. Not at all. It's unlocked this incredible, entirely new toolkit for creators everywhere. AI is becoming this really powerful and honestly, surprisingly versatile partner in all kinds of creative work. And I mean, the sheer scope of what these tools can whip up is it's stunning. You've got tools like Midjourney pumping out photorealistic images from a text prompt. You've got Murph.ai creating voiceovers that sound completely human. AI VAs composing original music. Copy.ai can write your blog posts. And Video.ai can chop up a long video into perfect little social media clips. It's a full-blown creative explosion. And make no mistake, this isn't some niche underground trend. Get this, a staggering 91% of businesses are already pouring money into AI tools just like these. They're trying to ramp up their productivity and, you guessed it, their creativity. This is happening right now and it's moving incredibly fast. And of course, this technology is already starting to build on itself. Because if you think about it, if AI can create amazing content for our world, what's the next logical step? Well, how about using it to build entirely new worlds from scratch? We're all familiar with physical microstates, right? Tiny little countries like Monaco or Vatican City, they have actual land, real territory. But now, we're starting to see the rise of what are called cyber micronations. These are entire communities that exist completely online, but they act just like real countries.
So what even is a micronation? Well, it's a nation that declares itself into existence. It mimics all the things a real country does, flags, anthems, a constitution, but it's not actually recognized by international law. And for these digital nations, their websites become their virtual embassies. It's the place where they can perform their sovereignty for the whole world to see.
You're probably wondering, why? Why do people do this? Well, for some, it's about building a community. It's kind of like a massive, super involved online role-playing game. But for others, the goal is way bigger. They're trying to explore brand new ideas about what citizenship and government could look like in a digital future. But hold on, all of these creations, from the surreal art to entire digital nations, they have to come from somewhere, right? So where does an AI get its inspiration? The answer is, well, it's us. It's learning from the digital ghost of our entire collective culture. Hey, remember that running avocado from the beginning? It turns out it wasn't just some random, quirky thing. There is a direct line you can draw from historical art movements like surrealism to the kinds of things AI is creating today. Our past art is literally the fuel for the technology of the future. And it's not just fancy art either. AI learns from the sum total of human output. Our books, our music, our weird forum posts from 20 years ago, our myths, our legends. Every single piece of data we've ever uploaded has become part of its training manual. This has led to this absolutely fascinating new concept, AI-generated folklore. AI is actually getting good at taking our oldest stories, our most ancient myths, and reinterpreting them for a modern digital age. It's becoming this strange new creative collaborator that's deeply plugged into our shared cultural heritage. Okay, so we've established that AI can be a forger, a world builder, a storyteller. But here's the big twist in the story. Remember that detective AI we talked about? The one that's designed to spot the fakes? Well, it's now being used in a completely surprising new role, to protect our cultural heritage. It does this using a technique called open source intelligence, or OSINT. You can think of it as the modern detective's toolkit. Instead of dusting for fingerprints, you're gathering clues from the vast public ocean of digital information. Social media, news articles, you name it. And that digital ocean, it's turning into a tsunami. Gartner predicts that by 2025, generative AI will be producing 10% of all data on Earth. Just think about that. That is an impossible amount of information for any human detective to try and sift through. Now, for the people who track stolen art, the big problem has always been what they call data silos. Basically, information about stolen artifacts is scattered across dozens and dozens of different, disconnected databases. It's like trying to solve a puzzle when all the pieces are locked in separate boxes. And this is where the whole story comes full circle. An EU-funded project called Rhythms is using AI to solve this exact problem. It pulls together all that scattered information, breaks down the silos, and then uses AI to connect the dots. It helps law enforcement track down stolen cultural goods. It's the digital detective, born from the very same tech that forges the art, now working to protect it. It's incredible. So, where does all this leave us? We've gone from surreal dreams to digital detectives. We've seen AI grow from a simple novelty into this incredibly powerful partner, one that's both creative and analytical. And it's shaping our world in ways we're really only just beginning to grasp. Which leads us to the final and, I think, the most important question. As we step into this future, what is this technology's real role? Is AI becoming the artist itself, dreaming up these new worlds all on its own? Or is it simply the most advanced, most incredible paintbrush that humanity has ever invented? The truth is, that's a story that's still being written.